the last thing. Canada. I see Justin Trudeau has had COVID-19 a second time. Justin Trudeau, second time. 3 vaccines, 2 COVIDs. He's got 5 times is the charm. What's the problem? He said, I'm mostly feeling fine. The politician always like, it would have been worse if I weren't vaccinated. Yeah, of course, it's very difficult to make such a claim like that because one doesn't really know the counterfactual for an individual. Anyway, I'll let you have that. You want to say that, that's fine. But the real crux here is, why are you testing positive? They always say testing positive, not he was sick and went to the hospital and got tested. There's a simple solution to all the woes here. It's called don't test healthy people who aren't being hospitalized. That's what other countries are doing. That is the Denmark strategy, that if you're not going to act upon that information, if you're only feeling mildly unwell, if you're not at high risk of hospitalization, you don't need to test. That's what the Danish health authority is telling people. It's a very sensible strategy. It will be the only long-term strategy. Don't you see that? Because in the long term, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, you think people will be obsessively testing for COVID-19 and at any sign of it, calling in sick for 10 plus days, etc. It's just too disruptive. It's not going to be able to be sustained. I don't think it's going to be sustained. I think Justin Trudeau had a simple answer, which is, I worry that Justin Trudeau and other elites are being swabbed all the time for COVID. They don't need to be. If Justin Trudeau isn't at high risk of being hospitalized, and I doubt he is, given the fact he's had 3 vaccines and a COVID, I think he should probably never be tested, ever. And that's much more sense. Except if he happens to go into the hospital feeling very sick with a respiratory infection, then by all means test him. But short of that, I probably wouldn't test him. What are the lessons here? I think the tide is turning.